Hey everybody, I just wanted real quick to touch about how I doubled my money trading AGIX a couple of months ago. So this is my Twitter. I just wanted to show you this is a tweet from the 3rd of February, all right, when I told in the blue line where is my entry, all right, and then a few days later I showed when I got out, all right. So this is just the proof. This was on the 3rd, and I retweeted it on the 5th with 100% profit, and for you guys to see that I walk the walk. All right, so let's go through the chart and see why I was so convinced that this can be a fantastic trade and why I got out early, which is fine by me, right? So first of all, this is AGIX. So in AGIX, it had a huge spike in price and in volume, right? So this is what happened over here. Around almost 300% move in just a couple of days, just a week or just a couple of days. And it showed on Messari as huge a volume gainer. So of course, my daily process is to look at Messari to see if there's something outstanding. And I looked and saw AGIX. So I put it on my watch list, right? So I had a watch list over here, I had it on the watch list. And I just wanted to see it build, right? I didn't catch any of this trade, even though some people might have maybe caught it over here and traded over here. I did not, all right? I traded different assets on this area of January, but AGIX I missed. However, I didn't want to let it slide once again because it was a monster, right? So what happened is that I was looking, after this happened, I was looking for an entry, right? So the way I look for entries is after we consolidate, I try to look for something of a horizontal type of resistance that I can start to add a position, right? So this was it. So you see over here, this wick over here, and I can draw a line. I'll do it with blue because this was the entry. You can see that we touched it on these 2 days and got rejected here once and here the second time. So for me, if we pass this, the third time we surpass it, that's an entry on the trade. So you can see it happen on this day. Let's go to the 4-hour chart and see it even better, right? So in the 4-hour chart, we can see even better that we had a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pivot on the second time. So we got rejected here, even a couple of times on the 4-hour, and then we made a pivot over here, right? This is a pivot. This is kind of a pivot, sorry. This was a reaction that created a pivot, and then it broke out, right? So the moment it broke out, I entered exactly where I had it on automatic buy, of course, because I had it on the watch list, and I put a stop just below this pivot at around 10%, right? That's the most I would do. If it's more than 10%, I need to do a staggered stop. I will teach you guys what that is later. However, you can see that once it broke out, it didn't look back, right? So some people might have added a breakout. I didn't do that. Some people might have added over here. I just had a big position on this cheat area because it's in the middle third, right, of the pattern, and I just let it ride, right? So I was really convinced this is going to be strong just because it made a huge move up, had such a big volume, and there was a big AI narrative, such huge hype, right? So around 100% is what I usually take out, and it was around this area. You know what? Looking backwards, kind of Monday morning quarterbacking, I should have just held and raise my stop each time to see, and to try and get more because this was a 200% move eventually. It just, I made 100% in just a couple of days. If I would wait another 2 days, I would make 200% or maybe 150%, doesn't matter, right? But this was a good trade. However, I'm really satisfied with my trade. Another thing, let's go back to the daily. Another thing I forgot to show you, right? So I always look for the uptrend, right? Just like I showed you here. I look for huge volume spikes. And as well, I look for a reduction, right? A drying of volume, as you can see over here, on the consolidation, right? Because the drier the volume gets, the better the pressure is being built, right? Around here, and the more explosive the breakout is going to be. Guys, all right, so this is how I managed it. Again, we had an uptrend, huge volume spike, then drying of volume, right? We had a big AI narrative, which always helps in crypto. We had a pivot on the 4-hourly to put a low risk entry. We broke out. We had an automatic buy, put a stop here, and we never looked back. All right, guys. Again, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. And if you want to follow my trading on real time and get the trades once I execute them. All my trades, you can join my Patreon for less than $20 a month. You'll get everything, right? So you'll get great reward for just a little bit of risk monthly, less than $20 risk a month for something that can make you a much better trader and maybe even some potential for better income. I'm sure you can make out a lot. All right, guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have a good one.